All right, so we got a couple new chords that we were taking a look at, and one of the biggest things that we were wanting to do for this week was learn Gravity by John Mayer, and it's pretty simple. All it is it's going to be G and then C. That's pretty much the core of the song. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to take a look at A minor. Now we're not going to really necessarily take a look at this A minor, even though it sounds good and it's fine if you end up playing these chords. But once you get to the third chord, and once again it's in 6/8 time signature, so it's going to be 2 6/8s on each chord except for this one. And this is a G minor over B flat. So what you got to do is you got to play a G minor, but you're going to go ahead and cancel out some of the notes, make it easier on yourself. Oops. Having some complications here with the paper behind it. So it's going to go with your first finger on the 3rd fret, and then drop this 3rd finger right here. That's going to be the core of it, and then it's going to go to a pinky right here. So that gives you your B flat in the bass, along with the minor. So that's and dream of ways to throw it all, and that's E flat major 7, and that's going to look like this. It's going to be barred at the 6th fret, and then ring finger on the 4th string, 8th fret, and then so is the pinky up it on the 2nd string, and then this one's on the 7th fret on the 3rd string. And then it goes to D7, which is going to be the same exact chord, but a half step down minus the 2nd finger. It's going to be a dominant 7 chord now. So that's pretty much the whole entire thing. It's going to go A minor. We're going to use this A minor for close proximity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G minor over B flat, and you also have something called an anchor point. So if you get lost, just leave that ring finger here and back it up to right here, and that'll be on the 5th fret. So it goes from the 7th, same string on the 5th fret now, and then that gives you a little bit of a kind of a reference point. That's why we call it an anchor point. So you get a good little reference point to set up all the rest of your fingers. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch up to E flat major 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, D7, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back to G. So try and utilize those little things like what I was just saying, the anchor points, because whenever you're singing, you don't want to concentrate too much on one thing, because then your brain's going to kind of get a little wonky. So just kind of try and work in, you know, those little methods that pretty much everybody uses playing difficult songs like this, because these aren't really necessarily easy chords, but they will be. So on the paper that I gave you just kind of a broad way of playing, you know, your major chord, which we'll just go ahead and play it in E flat, just for relativity. So, oh, I'm blind. So, let's put this down here. So we got E flat major. It's going to go right here. E flat major 7. What you're going to do is you're going to take that octave and put it down right here. And then for an E dominant 7, E flat dominant 7, or an E flat 7, you're just going to go ahead and lift up that 2nd finger. You might have heard that one song from the 90s, you know. Okay, so it's just going major, major 7, dominant 7, back to major 7. Okay, so that's a good exercise to kind of work with. Now the next thing that I showed you was some praise and worship songs, praise and worship chords anyway. It's an alternate way of playing A major. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be kind of ripping off a number of different songs, but one of them being like Switchfoot, one of my old band's songs. We use this chord quite a bit. but it's based in the key of A major or E major. It's going to be just a regular A major chord. And what you're going to do is, instead of choking off that bar, just give it some breath. And we're just going to round out that first finger. All right? So the next chord that I want to take a look at, and this works for any A major chord, as long as it sounds all right, you know, and you'll be able to tell what sounds good and what doesn't. The next thing I wanted to show you was the F sharp major 7. I'm sorry, F sharp minor. So it's just going to bar right there at the 2nd fret, and then these 2 fingers right here. So just like what we did on What I Was Made For. But now what we're going to do is we're going to stop choking up on that 2nd fret, and we're just going to go ahead and put our 1st finger on that minor 3rd right here. It's going to go. So now you've opened up those first 2 strings, and you're going to try and avoid that, because you're not, you know, if you want to add the thumb in, then by all means, but it kind of hurts. So those are two great chords to kind of work with in praise and worship music, especially. Okay, so have fun with that and let me know if you have any questions.